I used to be addicted to buying soap. Don't worry, I'm clean now.
I just bought a set of wind chimes. So far, it's been a pretty sound investment.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over a bay, they would be bagels. How do you know when the moon has had enough to eat? When it's full. What kind of music do planets like? Neptune's. Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make up everything. What do you call a group of disorganized cats? A catastrophe. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. Where do you learn to make banana splits? At Sunday school.
I wrote a book on how to walk upstairs. It's a step-by-step guide. Why are tightrope walkers so healthy? They eat well-balanced meals. I hold stilt walkers in high regard. I look up to them. What do cows watch at the theater? Movies. Why did the farmer jiggle his cow? He wanted a milkshake. Why did the banana go to the doctor? He wasn't peeling well. Why didn't the teddy bear want to eat? He was stuffed. Thank you! You've been a great audience.
Someone told me today he didn't know what cloning was. I told him that makes two of us. Want to hear a pun about ghosts? Excellent! That's the spirit! You should respect people who wear glasses. They paid money to see you. What is king of all school supplies? The ruler. Why is it so stressful working in the circus? Everything's intense. Making clown shoes is difficult. It's no small feat. Why did the human cannonball leave? He was fired. I don't understand odorless chemicals. They don't make any sense. Old skiers never die. They just go downhill.
What did one butt cheek say to the other butt cheek? Together we can stop this crap. Who can drink 20 gallons of gas without dying? Jerry can. I knew a guy in high school who knew what every single symbol on every single world map meant by heart and could tell you immediately on request. Guy was a legend. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. Two mafia hitmen are walking deep into a forest in the middle of the night. One of them says, "I gotta admit, I'm scared out here." The other replies, "You're scared? I gotta walk back alone." Why did the astronaut leave his girlfriend? He needed his space. To the thief who stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now. Your vehicle is heading towards either a kid or an old man. What do you hit? The brakes, of course. I was afraid the conductor only took the job so he could steal the train. But then I realized that would be a locomotive. There was a Roman emperor who never aged after he turned 19. His name was Constantine. A man walks into a bar with a slab of asphalt tucked under his arm. He says to the barman, "I'll have a beer, please, and one for the road."
How do you tell the difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer? The taste. What do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account? Primates. I saw a 65-year-old man driving to work when a wheel fell off his car. That was the day he decided to retire. My girlfriend told me I ruined her birthday again, which is crazy because I didn't even know yesterday was her birthday. Everyone, please, before opening your fridge door, always knock first. There could be a salad dressing. At the doctor's for my flu shot, I told the nurse I'm terrified of needles. I asked any chance you can give it with the lights off. She said, "I'll ask the doctor, but it's a shot in the dark."
I wanted to tell you a space pun, but I need more time to plan it. I'll always remember what my granddad told me before he kicked the bucket. Hey, watch me kick this bucket! Why are ghosts so bad at lying? You can see right through them! My last job paid me in vegetables. I left because I was unhappy with my celery. I told my girlfriend I was frustrated with my tattoo artist. She said, don't let them get under your skin. I walked into a hotel and the woman at the front desk asked me if she could have my name. I said, no, get your own.
What does a thesaurus eat for breakfast? A synonym roll. How do exorcists collect their debts? Repossession. Sleeping is so easy I can do it with my eyes closed. How did the bullet lose his job? He was fired! Ladders are evil. They're always up to something. The other day I gave my dad his 50th birthday card. He looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, you know, one would have been enough. Last night I yanked out a couple of nose hairs just to see if it hurt. Judging by how fast my wife woke up screaming, I'm guessing the answer is yes. What kind of truck is used to transport cows? A moving truck. I called the hospital to book for my wife to give birth, and they asked, is this the first child? I said, no, this is the husband. My wife left me because I am insecure. No, wait, she's back. She just went to get coffee. Donald Trump has signed an order banning the sale of shredded cheese. He wants to make America great again. My recliner and I have a long history. We go way back. Have you heard of thought-controlled air fresheners? It makes sense when you think about it. Have you heard about the squirrel diet? It's totally nuts. Shrub trimmers are amazing devices, cutting-edge technology. What do you do when your son has started eating electrical cords? You ground him until he conducts himself properly. Why don't vampires go to barbecues? They don't like steaks. What's the meaning of ignorance and apathy? I don't know and I don't care.
I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. I used to have a fear of hurdles, but I got over it. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. I've started telling people about the benefits of dried grapes. It's all about raising awareness. You can cut a piece of wood just by looking at it. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Why shouldn't you fundraise for marathons? They just take the money and run. Why don't astronauts' relationships never work out? They always need space. What did 20 do when it was hungry? 28. Why haven't aliens ever visited our solar system? We have terrible reviews, only 1 star. I lost 3 fingers on my right hand, so I asked my doctor if I would still be able to write with it. He said maybe, but I wouldn't count on it.
Why aren't koalas bears? They don't have the right qualifications. How many of the 7 dwarves like their jobs? Only one. 6 out of 7 dwarves aren't happy. Why does a moon rock taste better than an earth rock? It's a little meteor. What world capital has the fastest growing population? Ireland, the capital is Dublin every day. How much do neutrons cost? Nothing, they are free of charge. How much do rainbows weigh? Not much, they're actually pretty light.
My doctor told me to cut down on sodium. I took his advice with a pinch of salt. Why do Russian translators work so quickly in Finland? Because they're Russian to Finnish. My doctor told me I had type A blood, but it was a typo. Air at gas stations used to be free. Now it costs a couple dollars. I'm tired of inflation. Did you hear about the cartoonist found dead in his home? Details are sketchy.
Spiders must really like the internet. They're always on the web. How did the octopus beat the shark in a fight? It was well armed. How was Rome split in two with a pair of Caesars? What did the buffalo say to his boy when he dropped him off at school? Bison.
I don't care that I cut my finger when chopping cheese. I have greater problems to worry about.
Will glass coffins catch on? Remains to be seen.
Why can't your nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Why wasn't the cactus invited to hang out with the mushrooms? He wasn't a fun guy. What U.S. state has the smallest drinks? Minnesota. How does NASA throw a party? They plan it. How do lumberjacks know how many trees they've cut down? They keep a log. How do pilots like their sandwiches? Plain. Why do couples who go to the gym together never break up? They always work it out.
Why was the ink drop sad? Her dad was in the pen and she didn't know how long the sentence would be. Did you hear about the guy who lost his left arm? He's all right now. When the shoe salesman offered me Velcro shoes, I said, sure, why not? Who was the roundest knight at the round table? Circumference. How do you cut an ocean in half? You use a seesaw. Without geometry, life is pointless.
Why did the coffee phone the police? It got mugged. What did 0 say to 8? Nice belt. Why are math teachers always upset? They have so many problems. What do you call a company that makes products that are just okay? A satisfactory. Why are mountains so funny? They're hill areas. Where do boats go when they're sick? The dock. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Why do golfers wear 2 pants? In case they get a hole in one. Do you know sign language? You should learn it. It's pretty handy. Do you know why towels can't tell good jokes? They have a dry sense of humor. A Buddhist walks up to a hot dog stand and says, make me one with everything. What do you do with dead chemists? Bury them. What's the best part of any house? I don't know for sure, but the ceiling is definitely up there. What do you call a magician that's lost his magic? Ian. What did the lawyer name his daughter? Sue. Who invented fractions? Henry IV. Why is the Lego store always crowded? People are always lined up for blocks. What color is the wind? Blue. I hope a doctor can cure my invisibility. I'm currently at the hospital waiting to be seen. I made a belt out of watches. It was a waste of time. What do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic. I know a guy who is addicted to brake fluid. He says he can stop anytime. How much do dead batteries cost? Nothing, they are free of charge. My new job requires me to lift heavy boxes, but I'm not strong enough. I'm gonna have to turn in my 2-week notice. Did you hear about the monarch that was exactly 12 inches tall? Terrible king, great ruler.
Why are Saturdays and Sundays the strongest days? All the rest are weekdays.
What kind of tools does Dwayne Johnson use to make greeting cards? He uses the rocks, paper, scissors.
Why do nurses carry red markers in case they need to draw blood? My friend David lost his ID. He's now Dav.